What's up, peeps? For this topic, I'm putting all jokes aside. I had no plan to cover this at the present time, as I'm working on other videos. However, given the current YouTube controversy going on about the law, I will make a short video for all my brethren who may get lost in the midst of things. This video will be straight to the meat, and I will assume the audience listening are not babes in Christ. But if you are on milk, it's okay to still tune in. Now, someone tell me, are believers under the letter of the law or the spirit of the law? If you are unaware of the differences, just keep watching. The letter of the law is as it sounds, the written law given to Israel by Moses from God. Today, most people understand the letter of the law to mean the 10 Commandments. The spirit of the law was summed up beautifully in Galatians 5 verse 14. For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Jesus himself said, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these 2 commandments hang all the law and the prophets. So, quick recap, letter of the law is the 10 Commandments. Spirit of the law is to love thy neighbor as thyself. Remember, Jesus also said to the sheep on Judgment Day, Inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me. Now, the issue seems to arise when it comes to whether a brother in Christ is still bound to follow the letter of the law once they are born again. The best way I can explain this is with the following analogy. It's very realistic, so just be honest with yourself. Pretend it's 1941, the time of the Holocaust. You're a German citizen, born and raised. From a child you grew up next to your neighbor, one of God's people, Israel. The Nazi soldiers started to patrol the streets, looking for any of God's people. Your good friend and neighbor Israel asks if he can hide in your attic to avoid persecution. You love your neighbor, and so you agree he can hide in your attic. 2 weeks later, Nazi soldiers come knocking at your door. They ask you if you know where any of God's people might be hiding. Now, you have a choice to make. Either you keep the letter of the law, which is to tell them the truth that you're hiding Israel in your attic, or you can keep the spirit of the law and lie. Which one would you choose? Let's analyze. If you follow the letter of the law, thou shalt not bear false witness and tell the truth. The implications are as follows. 1. The Nazis will take and kill Israel. 2. You might even get in trouble for hiding him. But if you keep the spirit of the law and lie to the Nazi soldiers, what are the implications? 1. You save Israel's life, and God sees those who bless his people. 2. You save the Nazi soldiers at your door from sin because you prevented them from killing Israel. 3. You even protected yourself from potential trouble for hiding him. What's the harm? You took the sin upon yourself and lied, in order to save your neighbor from death and the soldiers from sin. But you loved your neighbor as you love yourself, and thus kept the spirit of the law. Remember, a believer is dead to the law, that being the letter of it, so they can fulfill the spirit of the law. God bless all those with ears to hear and eyes to see.